guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing another Will I Buy It video. A lot of things have come out in the past couple of weeks, and if you hear that beeping sound, I can't do anything about it. So in my apartment building, there's a fire detector alarm that is running low on batteries, and we're not supposed to change the battery, so we just have to wait for someone to come and change it. So ignore the beeping. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a Will I Buy It today. I'm going to be talking about some new products that are coming out or have come out, and I really like filming these videos. So before we jump into it, remember to subscribe and like if you haven't already. And let's get going with the Will I Buy It. All this is from Trendmood. Thanks to Trendmood for posting this stuff. It's really super helpful to me. I'll link her Instagram down below. So first up today we have, I think this is Loraque's holiday collection. That's my interpretation of this situation. They have this giant face and eye palette. They have a face palette and they have an eyeshadow palette. And I saw these and I was like, you know what? I've been kind of disappointed by some recent releases by Loraque, but I think these are actually quite pretty, and I kind of want the biggest palette, the face and the one with the eyeshadows and the highlights. I think is very pretty. I think I'd have to swatch it in person, but I kind of want it, and I do like Loraque shadows a lot, so I might end up getting it. But these have not come to Ulta yet, so I'm not sure if they're going to come to Ulta or not. If they don't come to Ulta, I'm not getting them. I don't like to buy directly from the brand's website unless it's ColourPop or e.l.f. And I like e.l.f. because their shipping minimum's pretty low, and they give you e.l.f. points, and you can get stuff with them. So maybe I'll get that. Next up, we have the ABH Norvina Volume 2 palette. I do not know what ABH is doing. They have released 10 palettes in the past 6 weeks. What are they doing? I know other people have said this. What on earth are they doing? And these are $60 palettes. I don't know. There must be only 3 people out there who can afford to buy all of these palettes right after another when they're released. I believe that they're making money on it, but I think they'd make more money if they actually spaced these releases out. This one, you can guess from what I said that I'm not going to get this. A, it's too expensive. B, I don't really like ABH palette shadows, and C, I just don't think I would use any of these colors, to be honest. If I was going to get any of these Norvina palettes, I'd probably get Volume 1. I think Volume 1 was the most pretty, most wearable. This one just doesn't appeal to me. Next up, we have this is from MAC Cosmetics. This is their collection with Pony. Pony, it seems, is a Korean makeup artist. I've never heard of her, but I think it's cool that MAC collaborates with these different makeup artists and these different people from all across the world. I think that's really neat. I think this collection is actually really beautiful, and I like a lot of things in this collection. It's just, I really want the highlighters, to be honest. I think the highlighters look gorgeous. I've seen swatches. They look beautiful. They're just I think they're $36 or $38, and that's just too much money. They're more expensive than MAC's highlighters normally are, so I can't do it right now. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I'm probably not going to get it. But I do like them a lot. If they were a little cheaper, I'd probably go for the highlights. The palette looks really pretty. I feel like I have to say no to that palette because I have 10 million palettes that look exactly like this one, super neutral. So I don't think I need that palette, but it's pretty. It's pretty. It's all pretty. Yeah, so I think it's cool. I like this collection. A little too expensive for me at the moment. And next up, Victoria Beckham is releasing her own makeup line, her own makeup brand. I think it's just called Victoria Beckham Cosmetics or something. I am one of those people who really like Victoria Beckham. I think that she is I like her whole aura of being that, super fashionable. I like her very posh, very British. I like her a lot. But this stuff is really expensive, and I'm not going to buy it because it's really expensive. Also, I don't know if I would really use any of these things. It looks like she's got some eyeshadow quads, some like liquid eyeshadows. I think these are what these are. Some eyeliners. I don't need any of these things. They're all like super expensive. But I like that she's coming out with a brand, and this is like, this collection is very on brand for her, very like high fashion and very like luxe, very like luxurious. So yeah, like good for her. Kudos to her. I'm not gonna get it right now. Maybe if I win the lottery, I'd get Victoria Beckham makeup. This is something, it hurts me, but I have to say no to this. But it hurts me that I have to say no to this. This is the this is Hourglass Cosmetics Holiday Face Palette. This is the Ghost Edit Face Palette. It is $80 for 6 face shades. So that's why I have to say no to it. I don't think there's no face palette in the world that is worth $80, in my opinion. But it looks so pretty. I've seen swatches. It just looks gorgeous. It looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. But I have to say no, I can't spend $80 on a face palette. Like that's not the life I lead. If you lead that life, good for you. I mean, I really want it, but like, can't do it. Just can't do it. You know, maybe if I win the lottery, I'll just have a lot of Hourglass things. All their products are just gorgeous, but like, you know, expensive. Next, we have something that I think I'm actually probably going to end up buying. This is Clinique's holiday release. This is the Cheek Pop palette from Clinique, and I actually think this is really pretty. It looks like there's a highlight and 2 blushes. Is that what it is? Or maybe they're all highlights. Oh, I think they're all highlights. I don't know. It's hard to tell. They're kind of like luminous blush highlight kind of things. This is right up my alley. I think I would definitely get a lot of use out of this palette. I think it's only like $28. So far I've only seen it at Sephora. I don't think it's come to Ulta yet. I don't know if it's going to come to Ulta. If it does, I'm gonna get this. I really like Clinique products. I really like their blushes. So I think this is a very exciting product, and I'm gonna get it. Probably. Okay, this is kind of old news at this point, but ColourPop released their Whatever collection. Yeah, again, ColourPop all the time. They never stop with the releases. I can't keep up with them. But I don't think I mean, it looks pretty, whatever. I don't think I really need this. I mean, they have a million like palettes with this kind of color scheme. They've got the Super Shock blushes. The Super Shock blushes are not like my thing. I do like the eyeliner they released with this collection. It's kind of like a dark red color. I think maybe I'd get that. Lip products look pretty. They're all colors I have. I don't feel the need to buy them. But yeah, I mean, this palette was released like 2 weeks ago or whatever. This collection was released like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And already ColourPop has released like 15 other things. So it's a little bit of old news. But yeah, I think it is very like on theme for fall. So I think that's good, but I'm probably not going to get anything from this collection. Oh, this made me mad. This release made me mad. So Too Faced is teaming up with Madonna and doing a Madonna collection. It's the most like generic, like bland, like we just slapped a celebrity's face on it and we're selling it. First of all, I'm getting a little tired of like all the celebrities releasing collections. I mean, Victoria Beckham, I feel like that's a bit of an exception because like she is so in like the fashion world. But like when has like, I mean, Madonna's done, you know, cool things with fashion and makeup. She's not in the fashion world in the same way that Victoria Beckham is. And like, I just feel like first of all, this makeup is really bland. Like, what do they have in this collection? They have 2 palettes with 5 neutral shades each. I mean, yawn, okay. That's not like, this is not like, none of this is like specific to Madonna either. It's not like, oh, like Madonna is known for like her use of like, you know, neutrals in the crease. Like none of this is specific to Madonna. They have their melted matte liquid lipsticks. These have been out for forever. We've all seen these. They have their Better Than Sex mascara and their Damn Girl mascara. They put those in everything. Every collection they have, it's like, oh, and Better Than Sex mascara. Like, oh yeah, we've seen that all a million times. And they have like an eyebrow pencil, like an eyeliner. I mean, like, this is the most generic makeup collection of all time. They just like okay, let's pull together some like basic products we think people will use and just put Madonna's face on it. And then Madonna will get like $1 million or something. Yeah, I hope no one falls for this. I mean, I guess if you really love Madonna, you want to support Madonna, you want something cool with Madonna's face on it, yeah, I mean, maybe it's worthwhile for you. But if you think you're gonna get something like really like special and like unique to Madonna, that's not the case, and I hope no one falls for that idea. This is boring, in my opinion. I don't know what Too Faced is doing with their brand. They haven't had an interesting release in like over a year, in my opinion. BH Cosmetics is releasing their brow duos. These are brow powders. They've released, it looks like 9 shades here, which is good. Should cover just about everybody in terms of shade range. And I'm really excited that they're releasing these because they look like a dupe for Anastasia's brow powder duos. And those are like, I have one of those. I never use it. I don't know why I never use it. Usually I use eyeshadow in my brows because that's basically the same thing. You don't really need a brow powder unless you don't have an eyeshadow that matches your hair color. So Anastasia sells brow powder duos for like 20-ish, 20 some dollars, 22, 24, something like that. And these are $8, and I'm sure they're just as good because you don't need anything special really for a brow powder. You just need a powder with some pigment that doesn't have too much fallout. And I'm not going to get these obviously because I don't need a brow powder. If you're looking for a brow powder, I think that this is probably a good purchase. It's like I said, it's only $8. Looks really good to me. It looks like a good release. Next up, another ColourPop thing. I feel like I just spend 87% of the time on my channel talking about ColourPop, and I'm not even mad at it. But they do release a lot of stuff. This is their Lilac You A Lot palette. There was some criticism of this because a lot of people thought that it looked too much like the It's My Pleasure palette, which is their purple palette that they released, I don't know, like a year ago, 18 months ago, something like that. And when I first saw it, I was like, wait, this looks exactly like the It's My Pleasure palette. And then I looked at it and I was like, no, it's a softer color scheme, lighter, more lilac. I mean, completely honestly, it is more lilac, less of that really deep, intense purple. And I think I would like this more than the It's My Pleasure palette. I do have the It's My Pleasure palette, although I'm thinking of decluttering it because I don't use it. So I'm actually thinking about getting this palette, but I have to consider and look at all the other eyeshadows I have. Because I do have a couple of single shadows from ColourPop that kind of look like these shades. So I probably don't need it, but it does look pretty and I might end up buying it. I don't know, I have to think about it. There's so many things from ColourPop that I would like to buy that I have to prioritize and really think about things and consider before I buy things from ColourPop because they just don't stop with the releases. They just don't stop. The other thing that made me angry this week, the ABH Norvina Volume 3. They released the Volume 1, and 10 days later they came out the Volume 2, and then a week later they came out the Volume 3. I don't know what they're doing. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And I don't know what this color scheme is either. What is this color scheme? What is this color story here? I don't know what sort of look you do with this palette. I mean, I'm sure people, makeup artists, would get a lot of use out of it who do really bright and colorful looks. But I can't imagine the market for this palette being so big. I mean, the color story seems really disorganized and it looks a lot like Volume 2 to me. It looks like there are a lot of similar colors here. I do like the packaging on this palette. The packaging is the prettiest of the 3 Norvina palettes. This one has the best packaging, but I'm not going to buy it because it's $60. It has no coherent theme, and I don't know what the brand is doing. I think they're just pumping palettes out. I'm okay, let's just make as much money as we possibly can, as quickly as possible, and let's just pump all these products out and someone will buy them eventually. I don't know. I'm frustrated with it, as you can probably tell. Moving on. ColourPop released their Pretty Fresh collection. They have tinted moisturizers, they have a beauty sponge, a setting spray, I think a primer. I love the idea of this collection. I bought it. I'm gonna have a video on it very soon. I think it's really exciting. I really like light coverage, kind of dewy foundations and stuff. So this is right up my alley. I think I'll get so much use out of it. I guess I did buy it. I'm excited about it. Good for ColourPop. I'm pleased. Essence Cosmetics released I guess this is a Disney collection. They released 6 Disney palettes, 4 eyeshadow palettes, 2 face palettes, each one focusing on a different princess. And I love that they did this. They have a Jasmine one, they have a Tiana one, a Belle palette, a Little Mermaid palette, they have a Pocahontas like bronzer contour palette, and they have a Rapunzel highlighting palette. I think that this is a really cool idea. I don't think I'm going to buy any of these necessarily. I mean, maybe I'll get the highlighting palette, because the highlighting palette, the colors look like something I would use. The eyeshadow palettes don't really look like color schemes I'm particularly interested in. I don't really bronze, I don't really contour, so I don't need a bronzing palette. But I think these are really cute. I like the concept. I think they did a nice job with the packaging. Yeah, like kudos to Essence. They did a good job with this collection. Makeup Revolution just released 2 new palettes. They're the Forever Flawless palettes. Or is this just Revolution Beauty? Who else is like super confused by like Makeup Revolution? Because they have like Makeup Revolution, they have the like I Heart Makeup Revolution line, they have like the Revolution Beauty, they have like the Revolution Skincare. I'm like, I don't know what your brand is anymore. Like, which one is the official? Which one is like the main brand? It's very confusing to me. I wanted to bring up these palettes. I mean, I do think they look pretty. I don't think I need them because Makeup Revolution's formula is not my favorite. I mean, they're not, you know, super cheap or anything. I do think that this looks like they're trying to dupe Hip Dot, which is kind of an indie-ish, I don't know if it's indie. It's a small makeup brand. It's pretty new. I've actually been eyeing the Hip Dot palettes. I'm thinking of getting one. Because they have Hip Dot has packaging like this, so I think they're kind of trying to do Hip Dot palettes. So I thought it was interesting that they're doing that. These do look really pretty. I'm probably not gonna buy them. This I'm gonna buy. Try to stop me. Just try. I'm gonna give it. So Lunar Beauty, which is Manny MUA's makeup brand, has released their Moon Spell palette, which is inspired by different witches in pop culture. And like, I don't really like care about Manny MUA one way or the other. Like, I've seen a couple of his videos. Like, I don't have strong feelings about him. I don't like him or dislike him particularly. And I've never really been interested in his brand before, but this palette like really caught my attention. First of all, I love the concept. I really like the witches in pop culture thing. That's like right up my alley. I love those kinds of like magical, kind of like supernatural, like shows and movies and stuff. Although I did start watching the TV show Supernatural yesterday, and that was a little too much for me. So like, I don't, because I've been hearing, like, I started watching Supernatural, although I started watching the TV show Supernatural last night, and it was a little bit much for me. Maybe I'm too, like, I don't know, there's a certain like threshold of like horror that I can't get over. And like the first episode was like, I was legitimately scared. I struggled with it. But going forward, I like the episodes a little more. But I think I'm gonna keep trying to go forward with it. I enjoyed it. I was just like scared. These movies, these like witch movies I can watch that he's referencing with this palette. I also thought it was interesting. Like, I guess I didn't realize, like, I've been hearing about Supernatural for years and years and years and how good it is and everything. I didn't realize it started in 2005. That is a long time. I was 10 years old in 2005. That is a long, long time ago. And like, it was really funny. I was watching it with my roommate, and like, we looked at each other like, the production values in this season are terrible. Terrible. I get that it was 2005. I'm like, I forgot what TV looked like in 2005. I mean, I'm sure it was really good for the time. I was like, TV has really come a long way with like the production values. If you're a Supernatural stan, like, no hate. Seriously, no hate. I mean, I'm gonna keep trying to watch it. I think it's really cool that they've done 15 seasons. That is a lot. That is intense. But back to this palette. I think the color story is really pretty. I like that they're all named after different witches. I think I would get use out of this. I like purple eyeshadows. I do think if I get this palette, I don't need to get the ColourPop Lilac palette because it has kind of some lilac eyeshadows here. So I'm probably going to get this when it comes to Sephora. It's not in Sephora yet as of the moment I'm filming this. But I do want it. I think I'm going to get it. I think it's really cute. I love it. Next we have these palettes from this brand I've never heard of. They're called Dido Cosmetics. I guess this is kind of a smaller indie brand or something. I thought the packaging looked really pretty, but I just don't think, like, they're not enough something I would use. Like, the color schemes are not enough well, I might use that one palette. I don't know. Like they're not like, they didn't jump out at me enough to buy them probably. Although I do think the packaging is gorgeous. You know, I do like to mention smaller brands. You know, I try to like, you know, give them shout outs and stuff. I think it's really cool that we have so many smaller and kind of like indie brands in the beauty space, or whatever we're gonna call it. So I think it's cool that they're doing releases. I just don't think these palettes are for me, but they are pretty. Next up, we have another palette from ABH. Stop the presses. They have the Carly Bible palette with ABH. This is actually, I think, is a really pretty palette. I don't watch Carly Bible's videos. I know who she is. I think it's really cool that ABH teamed up with her. Congrats to her and all of that. I think this is the prettiest palette I've seen from ABH in a while. In my opinion, like my aesthetics, like what I think is pretty. I think this is pretty. I probably won't buy it because I'm guessing it's going to be like in the $50 range, and I don't love ABH's formula. And I probably wouldn't use the two blue shades, so you know. But I do think it's really pretty. I think it's, you know, this is a good release in my opinion from them. You know, congrats to Carly Bible, congrats to ABH. This is a nice palette, as opposed to all the other stuff they've been pumping out recently. So moving on, we have Tatcha. I guess Tatcha's a skincare brand. I don't think they're called like Tatcha Beauty or Tatcha Cosmetics. I think it's just like Tatcha. Have these really cool holiday collections from Sephora. I've been wanting to try Tatcha products for a long time, but they are super expensive. So I thought I would bring up that they have these holiday collections because I'm thinking of maybe getting one of their holiday collections just to try out some of their products, because I don't think I can afford them, you know, the full-size products regularly, because they're like in the $70, $80 range. But you could get like a holiday collection for like in the $40 range. So I might end up getting one of these. I have to think about it a little bit more, but I think it's cool that they release these holiday collections and kind of give people with normal budgets a chance to try their stuff. So I thought I'd bring that up. More ColourPop stuff. So ColourPop is releasing false lashes, and they're releasing nail, I don't know if they're called nail vinyls, nail stickers. You guys know what I'm talking about. So they're releasing those products. I don't use, you know, nail stickers. I don't wear false lashes, but I do think it's cool that they're kind of expanding their range and like what they offer. And, you know, if you are interested in those products, I mean, they have them at affordable prices, and, you know, that's great. Congrats to everybody involved, I guess. Again, I'm not going to buy them, but, you know, I think it's cool that they're releasing them. Next, another thing from ColourPop. Oh my goodness. Something I am actually planning to buy. Safiya Nygaard, I think I'm saying her name correctly, yeah, is released a series of 6 lipsticks with ColourPop. And I love Safiya's videos. I've watched basically all of them, you know, as they're released. I love her bad makeup science. It entertains me so much. I love that ColourPop teamed up with her to release these lipsticks. I was going to get them already, but one of the shades I wanted was sold out, so I just decided to wait until it was back in stock, and then I'll get it. I think it's so cute. They have like little bats on them, and like that's so like my aesthetic, and it's especially like I have like a little like framed picture of a bat in my room to give you a sense of how I like bats. And I think the packaging is really cute. The colors are pretty. I love that they're like based off of the custom shades that she's done with, you know, her makeup science, and, you know, when she went to the Bite Beauty labs and stuff. Yeah, so I watched her video where she made like the world's largest lipstick, and I was so entertained by that. That was wonderful. That was fantastic. So I am gonna buy at least 1 or 2 of these shades when they come back in stock. And I am genuinely excited about this. So I think that was a really cool collab. Second to last thing, also ColourPop. Okay, ColourPop is doing, well, let me back up a little bit. I saw this and I was like, oh no, this is bad news for me. ColourPop is releasing part 3, yeah, that's 3 fingers, part 3 of their Disney designer Disney collection. They did their Disney designer collection, then they did the Misunderstood Villains collection, and now they're coming out with another Disney princess collection. And I saw this, I'm like, this is a disaster because I'm gonna have to buy all of this. This is all so pretty and so cute and like so appropriate for me and like my makeup taste. I'm gonna have to buy all of it. And I already bought like stuff from ColourPop this month. Like, this is coming out on Monday. I'm gonna have to get it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I have to get it. I do have a coupon from ColourPop right now, so I guess I can use that. Like, I was looking through. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to buy this. I'm gonna have to buy this. I'm gonna have to get this. And what am I gonna do about this? What am I gonna do? But let me explain what it is. So they're doing like 6 little mini collections with different princesses with like a blush or a highlight and a little lip product. So I think they're doing Tiana, Giselle, Rapunzel, Esmeralda. Esmeralda's not a princess, but she's in this collection. Cinderella and I think Snow White. Yeah, so that's 6. Oh no, and they're doing Aurora too. I have a picture of the whole collection here. I don't have the individual pictures. And they're coming out with a palette as well. So the palette, the color story actually didn't appeal to me all that much, so I might skip over getting the palette. But I'm gonna have to get like all of these blushes and like all of these highlights. And the lip products I might skip over. I don't know. I don't think I really need the lip products. I'm like, oh, I have to get all these things. And I'm gonna enjoy them, and that's the worst part. The worst part is I'm going to enjoy them so much. And the packaging is so pretty. It hurts me. It hurts me how cute this is. I am kind of glad that I didn't get the Besame Sleeping Beauty collection yet because I'm going to get all this new ColourPop Disney makeup. So I don't think I need the Besame collection yet if I'm getting all of this. By the time this video goes up, I'll have already bought this collection because it's coming out tomorrow. From when I'm filming it, this video will be a couple of days after it has actually come out. So yeah, this is going to be an issue for me. If ColourPop keeps doing Disney collections, we're going to have a problem. A good problem, but a problem nonetheless. And last but not least, we have I think this is called the Killer Purr palette by Menagerie Cosmetics. Menagerie Cosmetics is kind of an indie brand. And I've actually been kind of like interested in their brand for a while. Like they've caught my attention. I haven't bought anything from them, but I do think that a lot of their stuff is very pretty. I think this is a pretty palette. It seems to be based on kind of like lions and like, I don't know, kind of like a safari, like wildlife kind of theme. I'm probably not going to buy this palette, but I do think it's pretty, and I like the aesthetic of the brand in general. I think they do cool things, so I wanted to touch on it, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. Those are all the products that were on my will I buy it list to talk about. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you will buy or not buy in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.